What did ARMY just see? Jungkook's strange behavior while watching Taehyung at Dodger Stadium sparks questions. What happened at Dodger Stadium that left millions of ARMYs around the world buzzing with curiosity and confusion? Why did Jungkook, the golden magne of BTS, suddenly go completely silent while Taehyung, better known as V, took center stage on the baseball field? What was going through his mind as thousands of fans screamed, the cameras rolled, and Taehyung stunned the world with his unexpected performance? Was it admiration, shock, or something even deeper? And why does everyone keep saying that Jungkook's reaction wasn't normal? These questions are flooding social media right now, and the answers might surprise you. Because what ARMY noticed wasn't just a small detail, it was a moment so unusual, so loaded with unspoken emotion, that it's become one of the most talked about topics in the BTS fandom this year. It all started when BTS members were spotted at the iconic Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, a place that has hosted legends and witnessed countless unforgettable moments in sports history. But no one expected what was about to happen when Taehyung, with his calm yet commanding presence, stepped onto the field holding a baseball bat. The air changed instantly. The crowd roared, ARMY screamed, and every phone in the stadium seemed to rise at the same time, ready to capture a piece of history. But as all eyes turned to Taehyung, many didn't notice the one person who wasn't reacting like the rest, Jungkook. He didn't shout, didn't smile widely, didn't even pull out his phone to record. Instead, he sat still, his eyes locked on Taehyung with an intensity that fans are now calling one of the most unreadable expressions they've ever seen on him. And that's when the theories began. The strange silence that started ITALL the stadium was electric, a sea of blue and purple, the perfect blend of baseball fans and ARMY waving light sticks, banners, and flags. Cameras flashed as Taehyung walked confidently toward the pitcher's mound, wearing a casual outfit that made him look like the ultimate superstar who doesn't even need to try to turn heads. His cap sat low over his forehead, his sleeves rolled up just enough to show off his toned arms, and his smile, a smile that has melted millions of hearts, was as charming as ever. The Dodgers announcer introduced him, and the crowd erupted. Screams of V. V filled the air, and the stadium seemed to shake with excitement. Fans were expecting him to throw the ceremonial first pitch, a tradition for celebrities. But then, something unexpected happened. Instead of just pitching, Taehyung grabbed a bat. The murmurs turned into gasps. Was he about to hit? Was this planned or a spur-of-the-moment decision? And then came the moment ARMY can't stop talking about. As Taehyung positioned himself and prepared to swing, the camera panned to the BTS section in the VIP stands. There was Jungkook, calm, quiet, and strangely serious.
No smile, no cheating.
Just silence. His hands were tucked in the pockets of his oversized hoodie, his eyes following every single move Taehyung made. Fans who know Jungkook's personality immediately sense something unusual. He's normally the loudest cheerleader in the room, the one who claps the hardest and yells the loudest when his hyungs do something cool. But not this time. This time, Jungkook didn't move a muscle. That single frame, Jungkook's stillness against the backdrop of chaos, has now become iconic. Screenshots of it are everywhere, captioned with questions like, "Why does Jungkook look like that?" And "What is he thinking?" Some ARMYs even said it gave them chills because it felt like he was holding back something, words, emotions, or maybe even tears. But why? The moment that went viral seconds later, the sound of the bat meeting the ball split through the night. Taehyung's swing was powerful and smooth, sending the baseball flying across the field in a perfect arc. The stadium exploded in cheers. The Dodgers players clapped, the announcers laughed in disbelief, and ARMY screamed like they were at a BTS concert. It was a flawless hit, one that even seasoned players would respect. Taehyung didn't jump or celebrate wildly. He just gave that signature boxy smile, the one that says, "Yeah, I just did that," and casually walked back as if he hadn't just owned Dodger Stadium. Fans were losing their minds, but Jungkook? Still quiet. The camera cut to him for a split second, and what fans saw sent the internet into overdrive. Jungkook's lips parting slightly, as if he wanted to say something but stopped himself. His jaw tightened, and then, for the briefest moment, the tiniest smile flickered across his face before disappearing again. That was it. That was the spark that ignited an avalanche of theories, debates, and even emotional essays from armies around the globe. Why did Jungkook look like that? Why didn't he cheer loudly like the others? Was he shocked? Was he proud? Was he feeling something deeper that words couldn't capture? What did ARMY notice that others missed? Here's where it gets even more interesting. While most fans were focused on Taehyung's incredible performance, a small group of eagle-eyed ARMYs noticed something in Jungkook's body language that others completely missed. In the full-length clip, after Taehyung hit the ball and began walking back toward the BTS section, Jungkook's posture changed. He shifted slightly forward, his shoulders tightening as if bracing himself for something. And then, when Taehyung came closer, Jungkook stood up, but not in the way everyone else did. There was hesitation, like he was waiting for Taehyung to reach him before making a move. Some fans claimed to have read Jungkook's lips when Taehyung got near. According to amateur lip readers on Twitter, Jungkook whispered something like, "You didn't tell me," followed by what looked like a smile that quickly turned into a challenge. "Next time, I'll hit it farther." If this is true, it completely changes the narrative. Was this baseball moment a secret plan Taehyung didn't share with Jungkook? And if so, why? Was this a playful rivalry we didn't know existed? Others believe Jungkook's silence wasn't about rivalry, it was about admiration. They think he was so stunned by Taehyung's confidence and charisma in that moment that he couldn't even react. After all, how often do you see one of the world's biggest music stars casually step onto a baseball field and crush it like a pro? The internet erupts. Fan theories take over the moment those clips hit social media. The fandom universe imploded. Within minutes, Jungkook's quiet reaction to Taehyung's Dodger Stadium moment trended worldwide. Hashtags like #JungkookSilent, #TaehyungAtDodgers, and #WhatIsJKThinking dominated Twitter. Fans posted side-by-side comparisons. Jungkook cheering like crazy during other public events versus Jungkook sitting completely still at Dodger Stadium. The difference was impossible to ignore. TikTok edits exploded almost instantly. Some showed Taehyung swinging the bat in slow motion with captions like, "He owned the field." Others focused entirely on Jungkook's reaction, or lack of it, zooming in dramatically as emotional music played. Millions of views later, the theories started getting wild. Some armies believed Jungkook's silence was pure pride, too overwhelming for words. That look? That's the look of someone watching his best friend shine, one fan wrote in a viral tweet with over 100,000 likes. Others saw it differently. There's something in Jungkook's eyes, something unspoken. Like he's remembering something, another tweet read, and then came the rival theory. Was Jungkook secretly competitive in that moment? Fans know he's naturally competitive, especially in sports. Maybe Jungkook's stillness was him silently plotting, thinking, "Okay, Tae, you got this one. But next time, I'm coming for you." This theory gained traction when fans noticed that later in the evening, Jungkook reportedly made a comment that sounded like a challenge. "Next time, I'll hit it farther." But not everyone bought the rivalry narrative. Some fans believe this was an emotional trigger for Jungkook. Maybe it reminded him of their early trainee days, when they were just kids chasing dreams and playing games in small practice rooms. Back then, life was simple. No stadiums, no cameras, no pressure, just laughter and competition among friends. Perhaps watching Taehyung dominate that field stirred something deep inside Jungkook, a longing for those days, or gratitude for how far they've come. Whatever the reason, one thing was clear. Jungkook's silence spoke louder than any words. And ARMY couldn't stop listening. The friendship behind the moment. To truly understand why this tiny moment means so much, you have to understand who Taehyung and Jungkook are to each other. These two have shared countless memories, on stage, off stage, during the toughest nights of their careers, and during their happiest victories. They've teased each other like brothers, supported each other through injuries and exhaustion, and celebrated milestones the rest of the world only dreams about. Their bond is unique, something even the other members have acknowledged in interviews. Jungkook has often spoken about how much Taehyung means to him, calling him someone who brings warmth and laughter wherever he goes. Taehyung, in turn, has described Jungkook as family, a constant presence in his life.